It's been quite a long time, but it's really good to be back. Like we said, Let's Talk with Sandra A is back, and today we've come bigger and better, as you can see. So right from my extreme right, I have Immaculate. Immaculate, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have someone. We've spiced up Let's Talk with Sandra A. So we have Harriet. Harriet, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And of course, the one and only Mrs. Lanono. Thank you, Judy. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So today, on this very episode, we're talking about education levels. And as we all know, education is the process of receiving or giving systematic instruction, especially at a school, with the aim of assessing the learners. So now we want to know whether it is important to consider someone's education level before committing into a relationship, or if really someone's level of education is an important factor to consider before you get married. So then now, ladies, over to us. What do we think? Immaculate, you're welcome.
Thank you, Sandra. I would say it's just part of dating, honestly. If you're starting a relationship and you're dating, I think, in my own perspective, it's better to have a vast knowledge about someone. And to me, it's really important. It's important for you to know at which level this person is, so that you have a better perspective on how to manage them as you go on into this relationship. So for me, it's a big deal.
Oh yeah, Harriet?
I wouldn't mind about the education level. I have to be that blunt. When we are dating, we bring everything to the table. What I'm comfortable with is what I'll go with. So I don't look at the educational level as something that I should tie myself
to. Very big thing.
But along the way, I know things change, but I need to know how comfortable I am with that level of education.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes, Judy.
Thank you so much, Sandra.
Yeah.
And to our viewers, to me, the educational level is quite a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, because it determines the mental compatibility.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Are we going to reason at the same level? Am I able to understand him at his level? Is he able to understand me? So I think, yeah, it's a necessity to me to consider the educational level.
So thank you so much. That is beautiful. So now that we think have a stand, yes, I've understood each and every one of us. Now I think we will agree that education is a life-changing, something that is life-changing. It's a life-changing process with various benefits, yeah, and can shape people's lifestyles and can also shape people's mentality. Do we agree on that?
Yes.
Now, when you come to the real world right now, I read something, some research conducted by the Institute of Family in the US. They say that right now in this real world, the number of couples with different levels of education is on the rise. And our dear viewers, we want to be specific. The education we are talking about is the formal education. Like, say for the case of Uganda, we know someone will go through kindergarten, then go to primary, then ordinary level, the UCE, then the advanced level, the USCE, then of course someone goes to a tertiary or to the university.
Yeah.
So that is what we are actually looking at. And so now, according to that research, they've said right now there is an increase, there is a rise in the number of couples with different levels of education. And so now we feel it is very important to now look at the probable effects of this difference on marriage. And now we're going to look at education in 3 levels. We're going to look at a situation where the man is more educated than the woman. And then you're looking at also when the woman is more educated than the man. And also in some cases where they're all at the same level. So now we want to know, because it's very important, like some of you have said, that it's really a big deal for someone to take note of someone's education level. Bearing in mind that education helps in shaping lifestyle and mentality. Judith talked about the compatibility of your mental states. So now, I don't know, we're going to look at this and we want to understand what are your takes on the rise, on this particular research that has told us there is a rise in a disparity in the level of education among couples, and what could be the probable or possible challenges or effects of this directly on marriage.
Yes.
Anyone can just talk.
Yeah, thank you, Sandra. In my own perspective, I'm thinking this education levels, it's good for someone to understand, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, if I'm getting married to this man who is above me, then for me I'm comfortable with that, because I've seen several people who've had challenges when they get these men that they are more educated than them. So to me, I think if I get this man who is more educated than me, it's not a big deal for me, because I know who will sustain it. Because when you're more educated with more than a man, then for me, they tend to be insecure. Like, they are thinking every time you go out to work, they are not sure, because they don't understand the things, first of all, okay? As Africans or even out there, they think if you have this high level of education, then you are assured of this big job, then the good money will come in, okay? But for me, if the man is more educated than me, it's not a big deal, because for me, I think education level is just a facilitation, okay? It's not something I'm going to look out when I'm getting there. I'll look out for it for me to be able maybe to ask those uncomfortable questions in future, okay? Honey, if at O-level, is it okay for me maybe to have a chance of going back to school? You start asking those uncomfortable questions. If you're really in love, because at the beginning, what attracts you to people is different from this education level. Yes. So if I'm comfortable with this man, he loves me, he cares for me, he's comfortable with me asking these uncomfortable questions, then we are good to go. But also in cases where a man is less educated than me, I'm saying there is a big challenge.
So according to you, would you be comfortable, would you gladly get into a marriage with a man with whom you're more educated than?
It depends, because now that's when we go back to the dating. If you've dated this man and understood that he's okay? But if it's this man who will feel insecure, who is not comfortable, they just have that kind of insecurity. They're like, how can my wife anyway be more educated than me? There are those men. But if you've dated and you realize that my man is okay with it, I think there is no problem. It goes back to dating. Okay. Understand these things, and that's why we are saying it's okay for you to understand the things at the beginning. If he's comfortable with it, then there is no problem. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. About the education level, I'm on your side on this. I'm fine with a man higher than me in education, because there is that respect that I'll give my man. You know, women, I have to say this, women, once we are more educated and then we don't go through this process of understanding each other in the dating state, there is always growings. We grow wings and we disrespect our men. So it's better my man will be this more educated for peace.
Exactly.
But this side where I'm more educated and it's not, that's where the challenge comes. Because I don't want to be with someone insecure that I'm out and then you're here. Oh, Harriet is out. Maybe I have a workshop and then my husband is saying, I think she's cheating. You don't know what is happening in the world of work or what. Then I come back home and you accuse me of cheating or accuse me of doing things that you don't like. Then that's how we start fighting. Yeah. And then uneducated women will just tell you, you know what, if you can't handle this, then I need a divorce. A man will just say, you see what I told you? You're cheating. It's because I'm not educated and you're cheating, you're sleeping around. And no man wants to be disrespected. Like a man will just come and then questioning your character and something I'm not doing. How dare you? Of course I'm educated, I'll put you down. I'll have to put you down.
So for you, you're saying to be more educated than your man?
No, I don't want it
for you. You want a man that is more educated?
Because I know myself. I know myself that if I'm more educated and my man comes out and is saying something that I'm not doing, that we won't have peace in the house, obviously. I'll have to explain myself, you're not understanding me, then at one point we have to argue it out.
So in other words, it's very important.
Yeah, I want my man to be this educated. And if we are not educated, let us hope we're not educated.
Now the instances where I've had girls say, I have no problem being more educated than the man as long as the man has the money.
Yeah, there is that one. I would love the wallet. Obviously. Okay, you're not educated, I'm more educated. What will keep me in that relationship is your wallet, the size of your wallet. Honestly, honey, I'm having this man, I have this good job, it's paying me, I have to wait until the end of the month. Maybe I have this man who is giving me everything. I don't laugh.
So you will stick around because
definitely. I have to stick around because you're providing everything.
So education, zero money, this no problem.
But where the problem comes is when I'm doing the man's job. You see, I'm the one in the highest.
You're educated, you're providing the money.
That is where we get the problem, sweetheart. That is where the problem comes.
So from
and on top of that, I'm doing everything and you're accusing me of infidelity. Honey, we are not going to move. We are going to just be there. I have to look for a way that I sit and say, okay, try it out. Maybe try it out.
Wow. Give me, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I was asking her, so from the time you're dating, you know this guy is not educated, but he has the money, and you know for sure you're going for the money. And you're comfortable with that.
I just want to be comfortable with him, but I don't want him to disrespect me too. Okay, we are dating. You've shown me that you can handle the relationship, okay? You have your wallet, it's there, it's going to... By the way, the wallet is going to make the man look a bit taller in the relationship, even when he's not. Then I'm going to look at him and I'm like, okay, this is my man. Yeah, I'll go to a end of year party with my colleagues and then we are like, okay, I'm not going to be, if my man is not educated, then I'm like, by the way, my husband is around. My husband is around. Obviously, this is a man rich. I'll just come and tell you, you know what? He's there. I'll show him off. But then if I know this one is not educated and then I come to you, sweetheart, and he cannot even express himself, how would you feel the next day? You'll be like this, hiding in front of your colleagues because your husband just spoiled some English. English went wrong. So, yeah.
Okay, let's go for it.
Guys, you've talked so many things already. Like I say, the educational level matters. It does to me. One, you see, we ladies, we want to look, as in we want men whom we can look up to. Exactly. Like for me, actually, by the way, one of, okay, I wanted someone that I could look up to, beginning from the physical look. I wanted a man taller than me,
more handsome,
up to physically, you know, yes, handsome, as in one whom I cannot be embarrassed introducing him that
you know?
This is my husband. So when he stands and be like, yeah, this is my husband, I come and be like, this is my husband.
Not this, my husband.
Not this one, very short, like it's my firstborn who is trying to grow.
Yeah.
So, let's come to the educational level. Okay, forgive me for those men who are short. There are women
we love
who
them,
like
we love them.
Oh, but there are people, you know, who have different tastes and preferences. So, this one particularly, I was saying,
it's not
yeah, yes, I would have preferred, okay, I prefer people I would look up to in all aspects.
Oh, yes.
Physically, height-wise, financial height, maybe educational height. Yeah, but the truth is, those are not the constants in all cases. For example, the person might have a big wallet today, tomorrow the wallet shrinks.
So
you understand? So, in the educational level, this is my take.
Yeah.
It's important for you to consider the educational level, especially for mental compatibility.
Oh, yeah.
You see, there is a way your education exposes you.
True.
And shapes the way you think. It shapes your attitude towards things. It shapes the way you judge situations. So if we are educated to a level that both of us are able to understand each other well, we are able to comprehend each other's issues and understand, I have no problem. So meaning, even if you're higher than me, but we understand each other. Your attitude is not too much opposed to mine, as in we can blend. I have no problem. If I am more educated than you, but still your attitude, I have no problem. Because I can't just decide to pause a little with my education and let you go high. In that way, you have overtaken me and I will say, oh, yes, I am looking up to you now, you've gone ahead. You see that? So, I think the educational level matters to me only in that instant. Then also, culture has played a big role in shaping how we take certain things. Like in the African culture, it is what has shaped my mentality of having a man whom I can look up to. Oh, yeah. Because that is how we take, the husbands. Yeah, even biblically, they are the heads. So meaning the heads, meaning you must be a head. You actually must be a head. The head, the leader, the one that goes before. Everything. So meaning that in your educational level, now in our subconscious mind, you will think that you should be high. In your financial level, you should be high in almost everything. But the truth is, these are not always the cases. Yeah? And it might be a case for a time, then with time it changes. Yeah? So I think the issue now comes to, are we able to understand each other? Are we mentally compatible with each other? Do we have the capability and the ability, to judge and maybe digest on some matters with open mind, objectively, and be able to reach a decision without being obstructed that it is because you think you're more educated. You see that? So meaning if we have reached that level of maturity, I would not now, my husband would not feel insecure if I go ahead with my further studies. And I would also not feel insecure if he goes ahead. Yeah? So I think that is where I rest my case.
Okay.
Thank you for now.
Wow. I want to go back to Harriet.
Yes.
I think this is something I picked too much interest because for her, according to her, she says that as long as the wallet is big. And the truth is, there's so many girls out there who are in for wallets.
Yeah, actually, they say I got this handsome guy. They say I got this handsome guy. So meaning, yes, the man might be, as in you can't introduce and say, how is the husband? As in they look, some of those things might not necessarily be handsome. But as long as he has the money, they'll say, this guy is that handsome.
Okay, so I was still talking about what Harriet said, that as long as the man's wallet is okay, you don't mind whether he's not one.
His wallet is now his level of education. That is why he's going to stand, and that's how I'm going to respect him.
Oh.
Yeah, that is already his level.
What happens, Harriet, if the wallet drops?
That's when I step in as the wife, because I'm educated now.
So will you still respect him?
Yeah, when the wallet is gone, I will respect him when the wallet is gone. But I don't want him to disrespect me. Like I said, when I'm doing it, don't disrespect me and start saying, Harriet, I see you going to work, I think you're sleeping with your boss. That is where we start disagreeing on things. But the wallet will be the man's stepping stone. Like he'll step on it and I'll look at you, the tall, handsome man. He'll be back. When he's short, he'll be that handsome man.
Even though you're short after you'll be tall.
Yes,
because you want to like
you. People used to say, they like saying these things like, it's better I cry in a Benz
than to cry on a bicycle.
So, smile on a bicycle. So, my husband has everything. He has that. I'll not look at his level of education. I'll just look at the level of the wallet. That is what it is.
Okay. Wow. Now, I don't know if it's really proven, or I can't provide evidence on this, but it is believed that most educated women, I don't know if I'm debating a bit, but I think we're still on the same track. Most educated women are actually the same. Actually, before we started the show, we talked about this, that we did a case study of Guru in particular, and then we saw, okay, most of these extremely educated women are actually single. What do we have to say about this?
Let me say something about that.
Yes.
First of all,
this is really education level.
Yes, yeah, it is true. First of all, I'm giving you an example. I have a cousin, he works in Kampala. He told me about their boss, this lady, I think is the CEO in the organization where he works. Nice, beautiful lady, but without a family, she's not married. So I was trying to ask, but why couldn't she be married? So, and we were chatting about that. Then I realized something. You see, one of our main fear to approach women who are extremely successful. Like your educational level is so high. Your wallet is also so fat. As in
there is me with my degree, maybe you have your master's.
You build your house, you live in a mansion somewhere, and the man knows if I go for this one, I will have to go live in our house. She will insult me in our own house.
That's what I
So actually, it is true. Men themselves, the woman might not be the problem. She might even be actually wanting, to have someone who she will also call, this is my own husband. Let me use that term, someone used it. Yeah, so she would be wanting, but first of all, men would be insecure to approach such ladies, because one, men want to be respected. They want to maintain their dignity, as men, as a man, that way that comes with it, that I'm a husband, I'm a man, and you want to own, the home you live in, you want to own the responsibility that it is my house, I provide, I do this, you see that. But now when it comes to an instance whereby the woman has it all, so you start to ask yourself, or men might start to ask, now, what is going to be my role there? See that? So they would rather prefer going to get one who is a little lower, whom they can, load it over them.
Not really manipulate.
Not manipulating. As in, you see,
offload everything.
They can. I'm saying load over them, because as in you be a load over them. You take the man. Honey, come. Even if she's doing something in the kitchen, she said, "Oh yes, please, right away. Let me come." But this one who is so much educated, she's on her computer. Say, "Honey, excuse me, I'm meeting some deadlines." So for you there, she's here doing her things. No. In a minute, you understand? She will keep on pushing, and the man will feel disrespected. You see that? So men want to be, they're naturally supposed to be, naturally, but it's a natural thing in every man. And it is good.
It's okay.
They're supposed to be like that. So they would want to have that ego, that that
I am above.
Yes, that being above and maintain it up there, that I am above. So meaning, if the woman is so much educated, like I've said, you know that you will not be above. In instances, she will be above you financially. Yeah? She might not even ask from you anything. Or if she asks, you give very little and be like, this one is not even full. You cannot trust. So such women will end up being alone
Actually, they're literally not even bad.
No, not because they are bad. You see that?
But
Not
because
that the
the
women
men,
are bad, but because yes,
the education level being
yeah.
also high.
Except only in some countries, by the way, whereby maybe you had already married, then possibly the lady climbed the ladder.
But still, the lady can still disrespect you even if you phone each other.
No, the ladies
So,
who do not. Let me tell you, for me, when I was doing my degree, my husband had only done his diploma.
I love this. Now this is experience.
Yes. My husband had done a diploma, he was working. Me, I was doing my degree. And we were relating. Of course, very serious, we love each other. Mentally compatible, as in, we flow, there is really no big thing. You understand? Little did we know, people were seeing it the other way.
They were judging you.
That yes, they were judging me already. Like my husband, one time then, I think he was hearing it too much from some people. Say, hi, ma, you're here, thinking that you're going to marry this lady. Do you know how campuses, do you know how campuses live? Do you know how she's living there at campus? To tell you the truth, the day she finishes, she will drop you. Those are the things we were telling him.
These ladies, before actually we came for the shoot, I was like, my ex actually made he enjoy in peace. This is someone I was more educated than, and at the back of my mind, it never crossed my mind that I would disrespect. It wasn't a problem.
But it was a problem to him.
It was to him. So we kept struggling, Remember, I'm a degree holder. Actually, even during my graduation, I am shocked. He didn't participate, he was all quiet. But I didn't take it in bad faith. It was later on that we broke up, that he told me, you know what? In the beginning, I thought the difference in our education level wouldn't be a problem. But I realized it was a problem. I was like, hey.
How was it a problem?
So, you mean you were so comfortable being a senior 6 leaver? You're not looking at upgrading one day. Because if you're looking at upgrade, you're lucky that Moses was looking at upgrading. But we're looking at
someone who is too comfortable.
Yes. Now we're looking at someone who actually, in his both conscious and unconscious mind, was okay being a senior 6 leaver, and yet looking at my degree as a problem. You get the point? I should say you are just so lucky.
It wouldn't have been a problem even if he was comfortable at his senior 6 level. As long as he wasn't seeing your degree as a problem.
Exactly.
I would not mind.
Exactly.
I would not mind as long as we can still.
He felt too
So the truth is, those things do change. Later, my husband afterwards, he got his degree. Enrolling for others postgraduate programs. Me, I'm like, daddy, for you now, you first you go. I want to first be here at this level. You understand?
Yeah, but also now it goes back to asking those uncomfortable questions. Are you? Is the person willing to ask? So if you would have asked, maybe perhaps Sandra should have
we
asked.
had those discussions, and trust me, like he said, I thought it wouldn't be a problem.
So the discussions.
But as time went by, as we continued talking, I think he saw a gap. He saw a gap and he's like, it's not going to work. But how I wish in his next life, Bambi, let him upgrade, because the world is just going somewhere.
To be honestly, I also didn't bad about my husband, upgrade, To me, it wasn't really a problem. I was comfortable because there are things in him that I saw very high and still was making him stand so very high, even when I had my degree. You see that? So, but for him, he saw it that, okay, he also had a dream that he needed to. So, and it was okay with me. I was like, it is
good
well.
for a man to dream.
Yes, I was like, yeah, it is good. Go ahead, my love. Yes. So, and he's doing it.
I want us to come to the end of this. So I think from this entire discussion, the talk that we've had, I'm beginning to believe that it is really very okay for a man to be the head in all aspects.
In everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is very important, although in the practical world sometimes that's not the case. But however, I want us now to give our final remarks. What do you tell the people out there in regards to education levels? I'll start with Judith.
Oh, thank you. So to our viewers, this is what I can say. You see, the truth is, there are ideal situations and there are actual or real situations, the realities. So the ideal situation indeed is that a man should always be above in everything. The man should be the head financially, educationally, and all that. Those are the ideal situations that we actually think should be.
Yeah.
But in reality, not all those might be the case. Like you might find, yeah, you've got this person, you have more than one or two in areas in which the man is above. So, and maybe in one is not. Or maybe you also moved, and in this your relationship, it came a time whereby you paused and things got stuck, and so you've gone high. I think the point is this. We should know and accept changes, that there are things that change, and we should be mature enough to resolve those differences in the time that they come. Yeah, we should not always think of only the present. Let's project objectively. Okay, if now this is the situation,
What if?
Yes, let's explore all those other things with a view of seeing tomorrow, how is it going to be, or what do we plan to have for tomorrow, and then together work towards achieving it. I think that's what I can tell my viewers today. Thank you.
Me, I'll just go simple. I don't want to beat around. You have a man who is not educated. You're educated, he's educated. One thing that I want people to know is that there is only one thing that will make that relationship stand, and it's respect. If I'm educated and I can't respect my husband, and my husband cannot respect me, there is nowhere we're going anywhere. Be with your educated man, be with your uneducated man. But one thing in the relationship is respect. Let us respect each other. The moment we respect each other, we are going to know how to understand one another, and that is how we are going to communicate. So if we can't respect each other, we are not going to communicate in the house. In fact, we shall turn like cats and rats in the house. So one thing that I always say to the viewers, respect your man. That's all.
Yes, Immaculate.
Yes, our beloved viewers, I would also be so brief. I think I had hinted on it earlier that it's just knowing the difference between education and being learned. Let's go back to the core values, okay, of how a relationship is supposed to be, of how a family is supposed to be. Trust me, if we are humble, if we have the love, if the love is over everything, because the way Judith said, things change. So what if tomorrow things are different? What happens? But if the love is there, that was there in the beginning, then things will always work out.
Wow.
And the woman should always, both partners should always remember what really made them fall in love. Once you see education is pulling you, remember why I loved that man, why I fell in love with him. Was it his education? No. Was it his wallet? Nah. So that is why you should always remember, is it what really made you love that person?
Your love was blind.
That would be a topic for another day. So guys, I'm so excited that after a long time we are going to catch up today, and obvious, we want you to know that we are really loaded. We are going to be, please hit on the subscribe button, like our page, drop your comments, give us the topics that you want us to talk about, because it's all about talking. We are actually not perfect.
No, we are work in progress.
Yes, we are work in progress. We are just women who have decided to be the change that the world needs. So we are actually at Brown Palace for anything that you want to do, a bridal shower, a baby shower, your conferences, your meetings. Please, it's found in Akasero. Till we meet again, it's been Let's Talk with Sandra A. Bye-bye.
Bye.